Hello, hi, namaskar to all the viewers of this channel. My dear students, recently I started the problem on depreciation chapter, right? Just now we completed two problems on depreciation. Let us move on to the third problem on the depreciation. Please, my dear students, try to understand this. This problem was asked in November 2020, mean 2019, for 4 marks question. Shall I read the problem? Please concentrate much on this particular question. X purchased machinery on 1st January 17. See, purchased machinery means what? It here M1 is purchased on when? January 17. For 4,80,000, spend 20,000 on its installation. What to do with 20,000? This 20,000 is added to be 4,80,000. When you add 4,80,000, we have to add a plus 20,000 to this number. Okay. On July 17, another machinery was costing 2 lakh was purchased. This is nothing but M2. On July 18, the machinery purchased on January 17 become scrapped and was sold. My dear student, which machine is sold? The on July 18, okay, the machinery which was purchased on January 17. January 17 means what? Machine 1. So we can say that M1 sold for 2,90,000. On the same date, another fresh machinery was purchased. What machine it is? M3 for an amount of rupees 5 lakh. Depreciation is provided on 31st December, so December every year, at the rate of 10% per annum under written down value method. What we have to do? We have to prepare the machinery account for 17 and 18. Okay. Now let us start the solution, my dear children. Here the depreciation is what? 10% under what method? Written down value method. So let us write depreciation 10% WDV method. When the accounts are closed, closing date is 31st December every year. Shall we prepare the format? See how many machines do we have in the problem. Prepare the format after leaving around 2 lines. How many machines do we have in the problem? We have 3 machines. Now, when did the machine 1 is purchased? See your textbook very carefully. Just a minute. Sorry. See, when this first machine is purchased. First machine is purchased on January 17 for an amount of rupees 5 lakh. When it is purchased? 1st January 17. Which machine is purchased? First machine is purchased on January 17 for an amount of rupees 5 lakh including the installation charges. Fine. What next? On July 17, another machinery purchased for 2 lakh. When? On July 17. On 1st July 17, M2 is purchased for an amount of rupees 2 lakh. Okay, then what happened? On July 18, machinery purchased on July 17 become absolute and scrap sold for 2 lakh 90,000. When? On July 18. Which machine? This machine. 1st July 18, M1 is sold for rupees 2,90,000. Okay, fine. What happened next? On the same date means July 18 only, right? M3 is purchased for 5 lakh on the same date, that is 1st July 18, M3 is purchased for an amount of rupees how much? For an amount of rupees 5 lakh. Fine. Okay, fine. See, this machine is purchased on 1st January 17. I have to write it as a cost. Please, my dear student, carefully observe. The whole question is being presented over here. Accounts are closed on 31st December every year. Depreciation is 10%. Now the purchase is made on January 17. Accounts are closed on 31st December 17. Depreciation is 10% under what method? WDV method. Now the machine 1. The machine 1 is available with us from January 17 to 31st December. It comes to 12 months. M2 is purchased on July 17, means in the same year. Same year, right? 17. M2, 1st July to 31st December. It comes to 6 months. Take the calculator. 5 lakh into 10% into 12 by 12. On the first machine, it comes to rupees 50,000. On the second machine, 2 lakh, 10% into 6 by 12, it comes to rupees 10,000. Don't calculate any depreciation on third machine because the third machine was purchased on when? July 18. Now, my dear children, we have to close it here only. Now, what we have to write? 1st January 18, we are getting a balance. Balance of how much? 4,50,000. Here 1,90,000. Here we have a same amount of 5 lakh. Finished. Now we are on January 18. This July 18, M1 is sold for an amount of 2,90,000. Let us write 1st July 18, M1 sold. Okay. Please, my dear children, identify what is the time gap between these two. We have to take January, February, March, April, May and June. Since it is sold on July 1st, we have to take depreciation only up to June. Now we have to write depreciation on M1 for 6 months. How much M1? 4,50,000 into 10% into 6 by 12. Use a calci and work out. It comes to rupees 22,500. Fine. Sold M1 for what amount? M1 is sold for 2,90,000. M1 is sold for how much? M1 is sold for an amount of rupees 2,90,000. M1 is sold for an amount of rupees 2,90,000. You close and find out the balance. Since we are getting a positive, that is 1,37,500, since sold value is less than the cost value. See, book value 4,50,000, sold value 2,90,000. After adjusting depreciation, you are getting a loss of 1,37,500. I gave you the blind method. If the answer is positive, we are under the loss. That completes your M1 machine, right? But we are having what? We have an M2 machine. It is an old machine now. Now you purchased the M3 machine on what date? On July 18, right? Now what we have to do? We have to work out on 31st December 18, depreciation 10% under WDV method. For M2, it is 12 months. But M3 purchased on when? 1st July to 31st December, it is of 6 months. Now you work out, use a calci, work out the 10%, it comes to 19,000. Here for 5 lakh into 10% into 6 by 12, it comes to rupees 25,000. Now you close completely and write balance. Balance comes dash, here 1 lakh 71,000. Here it comes to 4 lakh 75,000. Finished. Now, for how many years you have to prepare the machinery account? We have to prepare the machinery account for a 17 and 18. Let us write. Machinery account for 2 years. See, we have to prepare the machinery account for how many years, my dear student? For 2 years. Get ready with all the things as a date, particulars, rupees, date, particulars, rupees. Shall we start? See, you are working. On January 17, the first machinery is purchased. For what amount? For an amount of rupees 5 lakh. When? On 1st January 17. To bank, M1 is purchased for an amount of rupees 5 lakh. Similarly, on July 17, M2 is also purchased for an amount of 2 lakh. When? 1st July 17. To bank M2 for an amount of rupees 2 lakh. At the end of the year, on December 17, you have calculated depreciation. Depreciation on M1 50,000, on M2 10,000. What is the total depreciation? That is on 31st December 17. There is a depreciation of rupees 60,000. Now you put a dash, date for the dots, to by balance carry down. See here we have a 7 lakh total. Out of 7 lakh subtract 60,000, it comes to rupees 6 lakh 40,000. Now you close completely, it comes to rupees 7 lakh. Did you understood? Just it is having some manual work, more of manual work. Then go for 1st January 18 as to balance brought down. We have a brought down of rupees 6 lakh 40,000. How much it is? It is an amount of rupees 6 lakh 40,000. What happened in the second year? On July 18, M1 is sold. When? On 1st July 18, when M1 is sold, by depreciation account, by bank as a sold M1, there is a loss, by P&L account loss. See, when you people sold a machine, we have three things to record. One is depreciation for 6 months, one is another is sold, and there is a loss. Depreciation is 22,500. There is a sold of 2,90,000 and there is a loss of 1,37,500. Fine. After this, what happened? At the end of 31st December 18, means at the end of the normal year, you have calculated depreciation. Depreciation is how much? One is 19,000 on M2 and 25,000 on M3. M3 for how many months? Only for 6 months, as it is purchased on July 18. So total depreciation comes to, it amounts to rupees 44,000. On what date? 31st December 18 by depreciation account. Work out the total depreciation of M2 and M3, 44,000. Dot for the dates, by balance carry down. See, work out the total is 6 lakh 40,000. Out of 6 lakh 40, subtract 22 500, 2 lakh 90, 13 750, even 44,000 also. Then it comes to 6 lakh 46,000. Now after this we will go for 1st January 19 as to balance brought down 6 lakh 46,000. My dear students, I hope you people understood, right? So easy concept, you can make a note of it. I go for different and difficult problems in the next session, my dear students. Still 1 hour problem, similar type. After that we go for difficult one. Until then, go for preparation very well. Do well, prepare well. All the best, my dear student. Once again, all the best. Bye.